Hello everyone, let's start lecture 5. We will talk about more about tables. You can build, create your own new table. So talk about the building tables. I'm your instructor, Miss Laura Low. So we are in the lecture 5. We will see how the table works, creating the new table. Then we can manipulating columns of tables. Each column in a table is an array. So you have multiple columns in a table. Actually, you have few of array of that. So a table of column is an array of values. So for example, if we have a table T, if you want to create an array for specific column, you can use T dot column, passing the label name. So they will return you that array for the whole column for that label, and that will be an array. So for example, we have NBA table. So NBA table, you have players name. So here you can have the players, then they will display all the players name. Or you can have another array using the T dot column. You passing index. Remember the index just like array index start from 0. So they still give you an array. So using the NBA example, if you give them the index, they will give you a specific player's information, including this player's name, salary, position, their team, or the season. So that you both can get an array from the table. So if we have one array called S, so every array you created from the table, you can assign a name to that to access that array. So like we told you in lecture 5, you can have the value, specific value from the array S. You just pass in the index when you call the item function. So remember the index start from 0. And also you can get some important value from the array. You can using the numpy function. You have the numpy min passing the array name. They give you the average of that array. You can get the sum from that array. You can get the maximum value from that array or the minimum value for the array. Those functions, usually we call that the static function from the numpy. The NP is represent for the numpy package, or we say module. Or for the array itself is an object. They have their instance function. So then you can call the min using the array name dot min. Don't forget the parentheses. That's a function. So get the average. Then you can have sum and maxima and the minima. Okay. So let's see some example on Jupyter Notebook. So the same thing. Let's see some operation to get the columns of table to manipulate we work on operation on those column of table just like we work on the array. Okay, so of course let's start. Make sure you import the library we need. Then we have the numpy import from the numpy as NP. You have many tables you can use. We give you the example actually from our data science package. You have the NBA salary CSV, the text file. We can create table from there. Okay, so that's the whole table. But we don't want that so much information. How about we just get the season 2020? Okay, so then we can have the table. So then here, let me remove this one first. Okay, so you can see the difference. Okay, so you can do this. Okay, so they have all the rank and the name, position, the team, and the salary. So now since we already know that's the season 2020, so how about we just drop this column so we don't need to see that. So then we run again. Okay. I'm missing the dot. Okay. So then you just run again. Then you can see here. So basically here we say NBA. You can, if you want to change the name, you can do NBA underscore 2020. So that's specific for the season 2020. So after you create the table, then we manipulate that. We only have the season 2020. Then we drop the season column. So then that's assign this table to the name as NBA. So with the table NBA, you can get more information. For example, if you want, you can get the number of the row. Okay, so we have 528. I think there are more than 528 players. But in here in the table, we have so many players in there. And we have different information. You see here, you have rank, name, position, team salary. Like we say, if you want, you also can do the table name dot labels. They show you all the labels you have. So then this NBA table is from season 2020 for all the team. How about we get the team? Yeah, remember we can use the where function. Let's get the team only for the Golden State Warrior. So then we assign to the Warriors. Okay, so of course the same thing. Yeah, we can show if you don't specify how many row you want to display, they will show you all. But if you want, you can just specific show a couple of that, because the table itself already sorts by rank, so you can see the rank for all the player for the Warrior. Yeah, we can play more. Let's see some table function. So here salary, if we want to change the label name, we have the relabeled function. Okay, so then you can change your salary as a label name to just the $sign. Okay, but be careful. Every time you do you perform a function on the table, they show you the result. But if you run again for the Warrior itself, this table again, you see they didn't change. So if you want to permanent change this, after you apply the function, you want to save your output, please make sure you're assigned to another name or the same name. Then they will just using the name to refer to the new content. Okay, so again, you see here is the Warriors table. So one thing is, since we know this table with Warriors, that means we can drop this team column. So then, like we said earlier, we want to change the salary label as the $sign. So what we can do is we make this one. Okay, so earlier we only code this. Here actually we just restart everything, right? So we have our NBA where we got the team only for the Golden State Warrior. So then we drop. You see each function you did. Okay, each function you did. Let me mark. Each function you did, then you dot the new function. So we drop the team column. Then we relabel the salary as the $sign. Okay, so then we assign to Warriors. So now you can see your new Warriors table like this. Okay, so that's one way. Usually we show you again. Be careful on the dot. So the first thing, NBA table, we get only the team Warriors using the where function. Then we dot, then we call drop, then we call relabeled. So sometimes if you feel like you worry about if you got the not match, because they are in one line, so then the other way you can do is we add a parenthesis here. Okay, so inside the parenthesis, if you want, okay, now we have the new line. So each one you see like that. Okay, so you can see here you have one function performed. So then the next one, you see the dot with that, you call another function, then drop the team. Okay, so then again, you're using that to relabel. Okay, so if this way help you to feel like format better, you can do this way instead of one line. You just see which one you prefer. So each way they are fine. So we run the result. So then you can see that. Okay, so yeah, since they don't have so many players, yeah, you can see the whole thing like that. Okay. Okay, so be careful about when you're using the select or the column function. Okay, select, you need to specify the label name and the data. So if we only select the label, okay, so they will give you the whole label. Okay, so then on here, we can, actually we get an array. Okay, so then we can see the type. So that's, But one thing is, when you have this select, when you use the select, the first you specify the label. Okay, if you just specify the label only, so then they will give you the whole column for that label. But you can see here, if we make the type, they are still the table type. But if we're using the column, then the same thing, you specify the $sign, that's a label name. They will give you an array. So did you see the output format actually is the same thing? When you using the select, passing the label, they still display like the table format. Okay, so they give you the table look like. So that's why your data type still table. But if you're using the column to perform the column function from the table, passing the label, they give you actually only the array. The difference is what? You see here, using the select, you still have your label name display as a table. But if using the column, that's a pure array. You only have the data. So that's why here, again, you see the column. If you're using a column function, passing the label, the return type, they tell you that's an array. So what's different? We want this one because when we want to do some numeric or arithmetic, we only want to perform on the number. So that's why from here we can get the sum for the warriors player salary. We can get the maximum player's salary, okay? Or we just get the first person. Yeah, the first person, of course, Stephen Curry, the salary will be the highest one. So after we got the salary column as an array, yeah, you can apply on NumPy function. Yeah, you can get the absolute value, okay, for each. This one absolute value kind of not really meaningful because definitely they are the positive number. Okay, but then you can still passing the whole array to work on that. Okay, and also let's see here, that's got the name, the salary with the name. Okay, see, you use the select. So that's why you have the table. They are still table. Okay, so in order to get the average for all the salaries, so we're passing the column as an array using the NumPy average. Okay, so the average salary for the warrior, yeah, still $1 million. Okay, so that's for warrior. Yeah, if you want, yeah, you can get other team. So how about we get the sum, the Phoenix sum. So the same thing. Okay, so we get from the original NBA table, we choose the team is Phoenix Sun. Then we drop the name of the team. Yeah, again, let's choose the salary. So since I don't think they have many players, so we just show the whole thing. If you just call show, they just have all the row they will display. Okay. Yeah. So that's the compare. You can compare their salary with warrior. So let's see here. Let's see what is the average for the Phoenix Sun, their salary. Earlier, Golden State Warrior is more than $8 million, right? Okay, Sun actually is almost $6 million. Kind of Warrior has higher average, but we see the total spent on the players. For the warriors, you see here we got the column, then we apply the NumPy sum function on that. So that will be all the salary applied on the warrior. So we see which one is bigger. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, warriors even they have higher average. So then the total salary for all the players actually is, yeah, 3 million less than some. So you kind of can guess what, because the total and the average is higher but total is lower, so possibly warrior have not so many players as some. Yeah, so here they have 13 and some have 19. Yeah, but definitely I think they have more than 13 from warriors. So that we can know that this table, they didn't contain all the players.